Okay, hi you guys. I am bringing you some information. Do you think summer will be found? I don't. I am bringing you some information and I'm going to break it into a bunch of small little videos because what I have done is broken down my videos and the last almost 4.5 years of Summer Moon Wells's presentations to show you the most important information that I feel should be reviewed, especially since there's so many different channels. I shouldn't say different. The same channels are now all of a sudden just blasting it through social media. Hi, Sue. Hi, Sherry. So, everything I do and say falls under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. This is for educational and entertainment purposes only. For those who have never been here before, welcome, and I do ask for you to please subscribe if you haven't to this channel and my new channel, which is called Bam Bam Boogie. I'm going to keep this very laser focused. Summer Moon Wells, who went missing June 15th, 2021, is one of hundreds and thousands of kids that have gone missing, right? My channel is Hi Nothing But Love. My channel is dedicated to all the children, which I call Summer Moon Wells missing children. Those are the ones that just never got justice. And that is what we do here. Now, why is it that I started out this presentation with this photo? It's because I want you to take a close look. These faces aren't the same, right? They're they're not the same. These are to me two different Summer Moon Wells children. And again, Summer Moon um really covers multiple children. On my channel it does. I have always said that there's more than one summer. And I have always said that um, Candace knows what I'm talking about. Candace Bly Wells, who is the mother of Summer Moon, has been front and center of this disappearance since the beginning of her case. She's been in front of the information. Don Wells, Benny Keys, Molly Golightly, Jody Sue Brown, Ziggy, Ryan Finding Truth. Those channels have been front and center. And I'm not saying that the reason they're front and center is because anyone's a guilty party. What I am telling you is I grab my intuitive information when I watch these channels. I watch these channels and I pull the photos that speak to me. Just recently, I have noticed a pattern across every one of the social media platforms, YouTube platforms that I watch have the same information. They give me the same information over and over and over to show me digital distortion and the way that I see and view Summer Moon Wells. I see multiple people's faces behind these particular channels just as I do Summer Moon Wells. Jody Sue Brown has recently become very vocal once again in the Summer Moon Wells case. And when she becomes vocal, many a times the same channels that I follow start to speak up. I started showing this information like this in the beginning, and the reason I am is this gonna find summer? No. But there's something going on within the patterns of these channels that have to do with the missing children. When you go into the smallest of the smallest frames, like that one up here, that's odd, right? But it doesn't become as odd when you see that same thing in Molly Golightly's videos. It doesn't become that odd to see something on his face when we see it over and over on the faces of the people that I talk about. When I consistently show the different faces of Benny, he isn't the only one. There are different faces of Benny as much as there are different faces of Summer Moon Wells. What I have discovered over this last few days is that Jody Sue Brown, it really, really holds key information that I've been calling out since June 16th, 2021. I've been calling out the number 5, the children's box, inside these cars that I call them the fake cars. Jody Sue Brown is really, really showing it crystal clear to me lately. All of these kind of photos that I've gathered show me that I see digital distortion being presented behind the children's stories, just like I see here. There's a distorted video that doesn't tell the full truth. When we watch this video of Candace, just like you watch it as you're watching it here, if you go back to those videos, you're going to see different information, because I feel as if whoever you watch these videos from holds different frame of information. I see that Summer Moon Wells' case can be broken apart and can be busted open, just as Michael Vaughn's and all of the other children that I have mentioned here. They could be busted open just as fast if, in fact, here we go, the law enforcement would take a closer look at what I'm talking about. I feel as if the story is so blended into the pictures. This photo here, with that triangular little thing in her neck, isn't just a triangle of its own. It's a triangle that I have been following within the necks of all of the social media groups that I've looked at. And I call them the families that have all these babies. I've been following this for 4.5 years. There is a reason I see this information. My intuitive brain picks up the information that is speaking to me. Here are the smaller pieces, and saying, Lori, take a closer look. Take a closer look to the little photos that are on the bottom. So I have been, let me pull this out, going into the smallest of the smallest frames and recognizing that things have never changed. All they have to do is go into, I've always said it, the smallest of the smallest frames holds the truth to the missing children. Ryan, that's Ryan, the singer, and I don't know, do you guys see what I'm showing you in the smallest of the smallest frames? And where you get these are frames between the frames. This comes from Ryan Upchurch's videos. I have lots from Ryan Upchurch's videos from the beginning when Ryan Upchurch was first mentioning Summer Moon. This is why I have to break this video up because it's very serious. It is a very, very serious information. You know, the first time I started showing this information like this, you know, it looked odd and I was like, I'm like, why do I keep showing this information? Well, now I get it. It's repeated over and over and over and over. See that the one in the middle is Ryan from 2023. But I kept it. The one to the left, it's always Benny. Benny's always in there like that. But the one to the right are the Beeston Bunch. They've always given me insane information. I've been following this little pattern for a very long time. It just hasn't gone away. The images that are keep showing to me like this speak to me and help tell the story of these missing children. This photo here, get rid of the yellow. Brighten it up. This photo here is what I always called, thank you for those ones, head on a platter. Looks just like that. To me, there is no difference than what here Candace showed. This is what I see. I don't know what you guys see. I see this. This is what I see Candace showing. So what is it that that means, Lori? Is that the story has stayed consistent over and over and over and over. This here is the same thing as the Beeston Bunch is showing in the corner. You see, Summer Moonwells is very active all the time telling her story. I hear it. I can't forget about Betty. I hear it, I see it, and I see, what these victims are going through. I see how their story can be told through the digital distortion. All you need to do is look for it and recognize that it's coming all from the same people. All I did was darken the shadow. It's Jody Sue Brown. And these children, when I look at something like this, and people are like, no, that's a pacifier. I don't see a pacifier. These are children that I watch on those very large channels that have millions of views. I see what's around the neck because that's what I'm supposed to see. I see here the face of a victim because that's what I'm supposed to see. I'm going to show you in a very, very important presentation. I'm not going to go through the whole thing because I don't want to put this in more than half an hour spurts. This is supposed to be our summer moon in the outfit that she wore the very last day. This outfit was supposed to never be worn before, but yet it's in this picture. She's in a car seat. This is supposed to be a picture of her at this time. Look at what's around her neck. Look what's around her shoulders. What is that, you guys? It's the same information that really does appear each and every time I show a video of summer moon. Look around her neck. Look, really look at the outfit. And look at the white. Thank you. Thank you, Jody Sue Brown, for re-showing us the box. The little box, with the number 5 on it, and that little thing that you're holding with God knows what in it to let us know to not forget. That's the box I have been showing the identical box for 4.5 years. So if in fact the law enforcement wanted to do something different and they wanted to just for shoots and giggles, be like, what the fuck is it that she's holding? But this thing in her hand is the same thing I've been showing. This thing. This. You've all been here. Jody Sue Brown is re-showing lately the same information that I've been showing you since trying to bring justice to the children. Bringing you the same information. Why would a picture like this appear beneath the videos of summer moon in the car? I didn't make these up. These are pictures. These are pictures that are beneath the photos of what appears to be the truth. So which is the digital distortion? I think it's what's on the top. I think that's the deep fake is on the top. And this is the truth. That this is summer. She's not laying on milk jugs. Milk jugs were placed on top of the truth. This is the number 5. I kept this photo to on the right side because I'm like, this is a stamp of information. This is when I first saw this 5 and this stamp thing. And then to me it reappeared in the process, what I call the resurrection of them putting these things somewhere in the earth. But this is what appears to me in Jody Sue Brown's hand. To me, this is full circle. This information speaks as if the people behind whoever is placing this information beneath the deep fake, that they know the story. Because I have really been following these bits of information for a long enough time to know that they're important. I kept them. There's been a lot of coincidences appearing. And for me, when I say I use the deep fake to look for the story, it's reappearing lately as clear as it did 4.5 years ago for me. Jody Sue Brown is showing the same child to me as she did 4.5 years ago. I see children in her face. I see lots of children in her face. And they're the same children that reminded me of summer 4.5 years ago. Because that is supposed to be Jody Sue Brown. You guys might see Jody Sue Brown. I don't. I don't see Jody Sue Brown. What I'm telling you is the one to the left is current. The one to the right was the beginning of when Summer went missing. I see the same child. I see Summer Moon Wells missing children. That's what I see. And it's important enough for me to bring this to surface again, to bring up this information, to show you that this picture, just making them brighter, and this one strike me as victims. And I don't see that these are Jody Sue Brown's face, even though they come from her video, as if it's her face. See? That is supposed to be Jody Sue in her video. When you go within the frame of the frame, which you see here, these are the smaller frames between the frames. This is what you got. There's no way Jody Sue Brown's face turns into this. Turns into this. And turns into this. And these are different frames, different videos, some of them. Summer Moon Wells had many pictures like this, and then the V shows up in her latest videos. In the neck, in the head, same thing. Let me get rid of the yellow. This is the same bit of information I showed you in the beginning with Ryan. See right up here. Oh, it's in the other one. This is the same information I showed you in the other presentation. They said that this is really critical. The V. The V in her neck. Throughout many of her videos is something that I've been watching. And I just believe that it's time right now, somewhere in time, it's time to re-show this. It's time to show the faces that appear within Jody Sue Brown's face. There are alternative faces of information that have appeared. There is a similarity across the board of these people. In the middle is supposed to be Molly Golightly. The ones on either end are Jody Sue Brown, but yet the face that I see is the same. And I've been trying to capture who this is. So if you look at the one to the left, if you look to the one to the left, that one is the one that you see from Molly Golightly. And the two pictures that you see in the middle and to the right are actually from Candace's Facebook. Go. That person's face looks so much like the face that appears within Molly Golightly's and Jody Sue Brown's. These are the same videos that I capture the elements. Thank you for those ones. And that it is important to show the same information over and over and over because it keeps appearing within the discussions of the missing children. You need to just really look close at the things that I'm showing you and just think about it. Think about these. This is really no different than what I'm showing you here. That's a heart. To me, that's the heart. Same heart that appears on summer. These change. You take the video and go very slowly. It moves, it pulses like a human. It moves. It has a rhythm. Her teeth change as if it's a baby. The teeth in her mouth change into a 1-year-old's teeth. Jody Sue Brown's mouth, her teeth change just like Summer Moon's did. Summer Moon never had the same teeth. So I show things that are disturbing and they are distorted. They're distorted. Summer, in her posters, always had those hearts on her. Had that white stuff on her, the hearts on her. And I kept it. It's in her posters. Her posters all had similar, very similar look, like a very similar, the white with the red hearts. Her teeth changed. But what I saw in Summer's information that she set the pace for me is what continuously kept showing up. The movement in the neck, the pulsing of movement in Jody Sue Brown's videos, all in the neck. Look at the neck area. Pay attention. Pay attention to what you're really looking at. You are looking at the same thing I have been showing over and over and over, but there's something in the atmosphere. Right now, there's something on YouTube right now that needs to bring this to front and center. Jody Sue Brown is bringing it front and center. Yes, she is. And the ones surrounding her are like following her. whatever really happened to these children is being reshown very deeply right now. So to the law enforcement, I have to ask you, why is it that this is okay? Like, that this is okay, or this is okay? Because what it's telling you is that there is miscommunication, and after a while, when all of this keeps showing up the same way, you have to question it. Summer Moon Wells gave the information from the beginning. She gave the information that I kept was everything that she needed me to keep re-showing. This little girl, this part of the poster needed to be recognized. There is no difference from what Summer Moon Wells is showing in this pattern than what is here. There's no difference, you guys. None. Make this smaller. So I would question why? Like, why? I don't know. The creators that have been talking about this show the same information over and over. Same location, same fake box or square that they sit in. And that's really the only thing I wanted, just to go over this stuff and then finish it up with a round two, because it's important enough for me to separate this so people could watch it in sequence, and really, really capture and understand that the story is right in front of you. The story is right in front of you, and who's telling the story are the same people that have always told the story. And it's the ones that were front and center in the beginning of Summer Moon Wells's disappearance. Front and center. Really, really pay attention to the details of who you're listening to and what they're saying. Listen to their voices. Watch for the distortion. There's no difference. These are symbols. There's no difference. But for the children, it brings them justice. For the children, it gives me the vehicle to tell their story. And their story is being told very crystal clear. They were taken. They're not coming back. They're gone. They're not coming back. They have been sacrificed. It's a very, very extremely large group of people behind what you're watching. The detailed information is there if you want to look at it. The information that these creators show is there. This is the story of Summer Moon Wells. This is Summer Moon Wells. Her story is a carbon copy of what the creators are showing. Summer Moon Wells' story is right here. This is Jody Sue Brown. Question what you're looking at. Question what you're seeing. Understand it. Don't be passive. Don't be passive. You're watching all these children disappear. Oh, they're just gone. They're not just gone. You don't have adults like a Jody Sue Brown all of a sudden turn into a baby face with baby teeth. You don't go from a full mouth of regular teeth from this to this. And then show the heart as clear as day. Right where Summer Moon Wells showed it. Right where Summer Moon Wells shows it in every video. This is Jody Sue. You're looking at the number one element. This is a number one element in the Summer Moon Wells missing children's cases. This. But no one wants to really open their eyes to see it. They don't want to be like, holy mother shit. Like, we've got to get, like, we got to tell someone about this. No. It's like, oh, wow, that's kind of cool. What else do you have got? What else do you have to show us? Well, this is the story of summer. These are the hearts that are on everything. These are the hearts that I've been showing you since the beginning. These are the hearts that are in every one of Summer's videos. Does that look normal to you? A child missing where it looks like her head is on a platter? That's normal? It's normal that Jody Sue Brown has a silver thing coming out of her neck? This is normal in Jody Sue Brown's videos with Benny? Really? It's accepted. Because if it wasn't being accepted, then we'd have a story. This here underneath, and this here Jody Sue Brown. And these hearts give justice to the children that listen. These hearts. That heart. Does that look like a normal Benny? It isn't, you guys. So much is being brought to surface. So much. The people that are creating it, are beginning again. They're back again. There's the heart on Molly Golightly. This is where I'm going to end the night, and I will be back with another one, but this information needs to be thought through, listened to, and understood in order to bring justice to the children. Start looking at your old videos, start rehashing the things that you have gone through in the past. Watch. Want you to see something. This was the very, very first video I did way in the beginning. This was the refrigerator, and I did a reading on it. I said the yellow, the green, the blue, the red. And this was the refrigerator, and I circled these things through a reading. I didn't even know what I was circling. And I went back to this video, and this is what was inside the refrigerator. Do you see these pieces? This is a video. See these pieces? These are major elements that I show now that are inside the cars. Like this, I didn't even see it or understand that this was in the refrigerator. This here, I'm going to leave you with this screenshot. Was what Don Wells showed on his property. This is inside the refrigerator that he was banging in the video, banging really hard like a lunatic. Why would this be something that was in there? These pieces. These pieces are the same pieces I am repeating and showing you over and over and over. The people that place this stuff in here know the story. It's up to the people in the law enforcement to get them to accept the story and tell the story. So this is for the missing children. This is to bring justice to all those missing children. Thank you all for listening. I will be back, probably not till Monday. Thank you all. God bless you all, and may justice come real soon, you guys. Good night.